Fantasy is. But anyway, Summer Games Fest. This is proper Key 3. This is proper Key 3. Won't take that long. So what? Playing every single Final Fantasy game is going to be shorter than this fucking thing. What? If it's 3 hours long, this has to be so padded. This is going to be so padded. Oh, I gotta turn on subtitles. They're unavailable. Sick. JoJo fan? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I have a Jolene figurine in my living room. I can't even get subtitles for K3. This is going to be so padded. I don't care for that. Like,
this show is that it's a true cross-industry showcase. Whether you play on Xbox, PC, PlayStation, Switch, or mobile, we'll have games for you. It doesn't matter your platform of choice.
The indie world and state of play, I just like get to the point and that's it. This format is outdated. This format is outdated. There is no way that these 3 hours can have like be as dense as what the things that we just watched.
We think deserve the spotlight too. If we do this right, hopefully you'll discover a few new games to put on your wish list. And even if you don't get
3 hours for a few new games? So I'm going into this one negative because it's 3 fucking hours long.
A lot of great stuff. So let's get started. Over 30 years ago, Capcom Street Fighter hit arcades, and ever since, this legendary Japanese fighting game series has continued to evolve. Street Fighter 6
it looks good. It did look good, and it seems to have actual single-player content, which is like one of the biggest issues with Street Fighter V when it first came out. When Street Fighter V came out, there was basically nothing to do other than online ranked. But like, this game looks good in 3D, which literally Street Fighter has never done before. Oh, is this Guile? Guile! Guile! Look at his hair. He's got a jumpsuit now. Beard. Oh, does he have a beard now? Oh, he's got a little bit. Yeah, he's got a bit of a stubble beard, yeah. I'm stunned this game looks good. I mean, I shouldn't be because it's RE Engine, and RE Engine just makes things look good somehow. RE Engine just makes shit look good, but like, literally Street Fighter hasn't looked good in 3D. So it's amazing that it actually does now. Proper cinematic as hell, supers.
I'm just on another level.
I mean, I know some people will say that SF4 looks good. I would disagree, but I get it. Like, if people say that SF4 looks good, I respect that. I just don't personally agree. But Street Fighter V is just ugly. The test will be Ken, obviously.
All right.
If Street Fighter 6 can make Ken look good in 3D, then you know that that's when they're taking Street Fighter seriously again.
Sergeant Leo Alvarez of the CM Leth Recon Squad. Our mission was to
I really wish I could have subtitles for this.
the ComSat relay and bring it back online. We found the relay.
If I have it loud enough so I can hear it, it's gonna echo into the microphone.
Get that door closed now, Private.
I can't afford it. I can't afford proper earphones. I know the ones that I want. I actually looked online and I was like looking at wireless earbuds, and I know the exact ones that I want now. They have a lot of specific things about them that make it perfect for my exact situation. I just can't afford it yet. I already spent money that I really couldn't afford on a second webcam. And that was half the price of what my other headphones that I want will be. I need to get them soon.
And it found us first.
Because every stream that I do, I have the option of either it picks up and it echoes into the microphone, so it sounds like shit, or I can barely hear it. There's a lot of games that have great music that I've been able to hear lately.
Retreat!
Oh, it's Aliens! Oh, it's Aliens.
Open fire! Go, go, go!
One that is just on my ancestors, no day that episode subtitles. I might need a link to that.
Through that door!
I'm gonna be talking over a lot. Because it's not just it's hard for you to hear because I'm talking over it, it's hard for me to hear because I'm talking over it. Hot take, I don't care for Alien.
I
Sorry.
don't know what I saw in there. But I know when I close my eyes.
Sorry, hot take. The highest I'll rate any of the Alien movies is okay. Because I have to go to bed. Can see back. Look forward to seeing future flash streams. They start next week on Tuesday for me, Monday for most of the world. The streams schedules are now actually in Pacific and Eastern time, so it'll be a little bit easier to tell. But I will see you then. I'm very excited for Celeste. Yeah, my highest rated Alien film is like it's okay. I have so many hot takes for movies though. Thank you, Deku. All right. God, it's also loud again. Okay. Subtitles on. Hey, it gives us things here. Okay. Aliens Dark Descent. Okay.
Schofield cut of the brand new trailer with years ago.
Where's my subtitles? Oh, I didn't actually click them. That's where they
That
are.
was Aliens Dark Descent, and it's coming in 2023.
I have a lot of
to
movie hot
console
takes.
and PC.
I'm not a fan of movies in
Next,
general.
2 years ago at the Game Awards, we revealed the Callisto Protocol from the creative forces behind the Dead Space franchise. Today, I am thrilled to get to
that's
show
why
you the
Callisto
first
Protocol
raw
looks like it was
gameplay
Dead Space as hell.
alongside its creator, Glenn
Oh yeah, because
Schofield.
they were all
But
fired,
first,
weren't
here's
they?
the quote-unquote Schofield cut of the brand new
EA
trailer
Stats like the
with
entire
a
dev
little
team
more
of
gore.
the Dead Space franchise, right? Whatever their name was, Vicarious Visions. No, that's a different thing. Whatever, I don't even remember their name. Whatever team worked on Dead Space, they were all sacked by EA, weren't they? So I guess they've all come back and made a separate dev team, not owned by EA this time, and they're doing a spiritual success of Dead Space. This again, I said it was like, look at Dead Space as hell. Yeah, it's literally made by next Dead Space devs.
Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that.
You know, fucking wonder. No fucking wonder. No wonder I had Dead Space vibes from this. Dolly wasn't asleep. Hey, Denture.
That's your old
Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the 12 months. And thank you for the 12 months. Is today the day that my 12 months is, or is it just that everyone's doing it today?
in my hands.
EA made them make a game a bunch of microtransactions, and nothing that people liked about Dead Space, then fired them when it didn't make money. This sounds like EA. Was that Dead Space 3, or was that a different game that was after Dead Space 3? I dropped off the franchise. Not because I had anything against it. I never finished Dead Space 2, so I don't have an opinion on it, and I haven't seen I basically haven't seen anything in Dead Space 2, so I don't have an opinion on it. It's not like I dropped off because only the first one was really good. But if us comes up anytime within 12 months, okay.
I just love that last part.
Yeah, no, like, Dead Space 2, it's just Dead Space 2 came out at a time where I was like,
Gives me chills every
I
time.
think Dead Space 2 came out when I moved out of my father's place, like, permanently. And he was the one who had the Xbox 360. So when I moved in with my mum full time, I didn't have a 360. So I never I had started Dead Space 2 there, and then I moved out, and then I didn't have a 360, so I never finished Dead Space 2. And by the time I got around to getting a 360, I never picked back up the start from the beginning again on Dead Space 2. And then because I didn't finish Dead Space 2, I never played Dead Space 3. So it's not like I dropped off the franchise because I got bored of it or thought it got bad. Just, it was a life situation thing. But I love Dead Space 1. I played through Dead Space 1 probably about 3 or 4 times. I fucking love that game. So again, seeing this and knowing that it's actually Dead Space devs, that makes me excited
That's
for
right.
that.
We know what you wanted to see. And joining me now, Glenn Schofield.
That makes me
Expecting this is
excited for
Glenn. First of all, congratulations. This game looks absolutely incredible. And I got to say, the fact that you have built this team, this studio, new IP, shipping this December, all in COVID, blows me away. So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man.
To my understanding, DS3 is pretty good. And DS3 is the... oh, yeah. Yeah, DS3 is the co-op one, isn't it?
I want
Yeah.
to thank you for all you've done.
Yeah,
for the game
yeah, I remember
industry,
hearing about
all
that. Yeah,
these years,
Dead Space
man.
3 is
I think
co-op
I've
and
known you like
stuff.
16,
Yeah.
17 years now, and you've been an ambassador. You've amplified new games, new studios, and I just
I also
love it.
played the light
I
gun
really appreciate
Dead Space game on
Like,
Wii.
not about me, it's about you guys.
Yeah,
I don't know if I finished
appreciate
it, but I know
that.
I
Thank you
played
so
it.
much. And yeah, it's so fun to do these shows and to show this game. So people saw the trailer, but what I'm so excited today is that you just brought a raw gameplay sequence. This game is in development, and people are going to be blown away, I think, when they see it. But tell us a bit about what are we going to see today?
Yeah, we got a couple minutes of, like you said, like raw gameplay.
See, this
It's
is the
two
stuff that I don't
segments
think
in
is
the
necessary about
first
these
half of the
shows.
game. One is a med bay, another one is a power station, and you're going to see.
Like, this is why this is going to go on for
new
so long,
enemies,
and why
some
this is a
brutality,
3-hour fucking
some,
show.
Just about everything we were.
Then it's going to
showcasing
be,
a
here's the
new
announcement,
weapon
here's
called
the
Grip.
game,
It's
here's
like a
10
gravity
minutes
gun,
of
but
talking to the
picks up
devs about
enemies,
the
and
2
it
minutes
shoves
of footage
them
that we
into
just
giant
saw.
Fans, it rips them apart. It's
That's
great.
why this is going to be a long time.
And then check out the.
Like, I'm interested
the
in
nice
this
ending
game,
we
but I don't
have
need to.
where we,
But like, this
you know,
is.
we usually will kill our main character Jacob, and in a very unique way. And just for a second, I want to thank the team, man. Like you said, through COVID, through everything else, the dedication, the hard work.
Sorry, this is my first stream in a
you
long
guys are
time. I've been going
amazing.
for an hour and a half, and I'm now
Thank you very much.
realizing
Oh, well,
I need to
Glenn,
build
I
up my
gotta
stream
say,
stamina again.
What you guys are shipping this year, this looks like a world-class next-gen
Not
game.
even playing the game right now.
It's rare that teams are bringing something out like this year, and let's let the footage speak for itself.
Thank you.
Glenn Schofield, Striking Distance. Here it is, the first gameplay of the Callisto Protocol.
Like I said, okay, so yeah, this is the gameplay. Yep, it's already looking like Dead Space. Again, I really like Dead Space 1. My favorite weapon in Dead Space 1 is I think it's called the Ripper. The one which is the buzzsaw. That, like, you gravitate in front of you and you just move it around. If you're ever in his neck and everything, yup, Dead Space is hell. The footage speaks for itself after several minutes of talking about the footage. Again, it's just, if this show's going to be 2 hours long, and if it doesn't have, like... If it has, like, the same amount of games as what State of Play did, but it's 2 hours long, it's just needlessly padded. Okay, I literally that's literally the kinesis thing that and you're shooting off the limbs. Yeah, this is Dead Space. This is Dead Space. That's a good thing, by the way. That's a good thing. Dead Space rules. I mean, you could say that we already have Dead Space, so do we need another one? But, well, if 3 was forced co-op, and not what they wanted it to be, then I guess we only have 2 Dead Space games, so... It's got the stomp, too. It's got the stomp. Totally original, like Back 4 Blood, or Mining Number 9, or Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I feel like that's been a very common... Or ukulele. I feel like that's become a very common trend in the video game industry. Oh my god, look at this armor. Even this armor looks like fucking Isaac Clarke. I feel like it's become a very common thing in the game industry of just Outer Worlds as well, actually. God, there's so many of them. Devs of iconic franchise don't get to do the thing they want to anymore because of the people who own it, so they split off and make a new company and make a spiritual successor to it. We can't legally make our own game, so they're just gonna make it legally not our game. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Oh my god. That just happened. All right, moving on. This October, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 arrives. Infinity Ward is once again
can I
returning
skip
to
this
its
one?
roots for a modern-day action game.
I'm gonna skip
and today
this
we're
one.
about to show you the world premiere of its gameplay.
Oh my
Let's
god,
play
it's so
it.
long. I'm skipping
Tell
this
us
one.
more. Let's head to the port of
I'm
Long
skipping
Beach to check-
this. I'm sorry, I don't want to watch military propaganda. I don't want to watch American military propaganda. I'm skipping the entirety of that. Flashback 2? Oh, is that a different thing? Or is that... No, it's part of that. Call of Nobody Cares. Literally American military propaganda. I don't want to watch it.
All right, let's turn back time. Back in 2017, we announced Witchfire at the Game Awards. Almost 5 years later, I am so excited that the team of astronauts in Poland has put together an in-depth look at the gameplay of this dark fantasy.
By the way, welcome to the
first-person
stream.
Shooter, which will enter early access soon. I am so excited to play this.
I'm so bad at pronouncing Twitch names. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So, Witchfire? I don't recognize this by name. You have a magic gun. I like that because of Final Fantasy now. Flashback Squid is just a different thing, but it's just a minute teaser trailer. If it's not important enough for it to be a part of the listing in the YouTube time things, then I guess it's not a big deal. Unless that minute teaser trailer is really good and people want me to go back and watch it. Okay, so this is like magic mixed with guns, mixed with like... I was gonna say medieval aesthetics, but I don't know if that's quite accurate. I can't quite pin exactly what the aesthetic is. Because it kind of looks like it could be that, but I'm also getting some World War I vibes. I mean, the way the guns shoot and the way that the magic works with it looks interesting. Bioshock, like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, with the magic and gunplay mixed together. Fan FPSs that make you a fan the hammer on revolvers is just an aesthetic choice I like. It always looks good. I mean, yeah. Again, magic, like the way the guns seem to fire looks fun. Combined with the magic stuff they did.
Comes an ambitious new game from a new independent studio in Europe, starring some very familiar names. Enjoy this world premiere new game announcement.
We're gonna say the phrase world premiere so much, aren't we? It's a Keeley production, so the word world premiere comes up all the time.
29. Today, I can't believe what I saw.
Solace.
Everything okay? Get not used to streaming, so just even my body's got to be like a bit stiff. I'm just sitting there. I'll get back into it. I'll get back into it. Greenhouse, but this is all red and black.
Something's going on here. And I need to find out what it is.
Is that another space horror game? I feel like that's the third space horror game that we've seen in this show alone.
And look who it is. Troy and Roger in person. Guys, this is so fun. The fact that you're working on a game together. What a cool team up. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
I got to ask you guys, who are your characters in this game?
Well, I get to play a character named Wyatt Taylor, who's a medical officer who's stationed at this...
Was Troy Baker the NFT, dickhead?
And it's the epicenter of this mystery.
There was a voice actor who got really into NFTs on Twitter that one time, and every single person roasted him, and then he was a dickhead about it. Was that Troy Baker, or was that someone else? I can't remember.
Waiting to see.
Every once in a... Yeah.
I can't remember who it was.
We can't wait to show you what we've been working on. And by the way, Jeff,
my
this
brain
looks
is saying
awesome,
it
man.
was
so
him.
Great to be here. Thanks for having us.
Because I remember the actual picture, and I swear the hairstyle was like this.
It's one of the first major ones for a while, and I play a character by the name of Jack Leary. He's a maintenance engineer on a remote Martian mining post.
Okay.
His job is to make sure that none of the equipment breaks down while it's on.
Okay, this guy talking right now, his voice also sounds familiar. It was him that everyone hated it and decided to stop. Oh, he did stop? Okay.
So help is not a simple call away.
That guy's voice is really familiar.
This thing, and they'll probably wonder,
I mean, they're voice actors. Why have they got the voice actors on stage talking about instead of the devs?
in Europe that's making this, but with huge production values. I'm curious.
Why are the voice actors on stage talking about the game instead of the devs?
I will say that 2020 to me was the most impactful year for games. It was the first, I mean, obviously we had this unprecedented event with the pandemic, and that forced the way that we looked at everything as a society, but also the way this industry functioned. But it was also brand new consoles. We had more tools that were being made available that were leveling the playing field between like the AAA studios and
like we're trying to get full on Hollywood because we're talking because we're interviewing the stars of the thing instead of the people who made it.
Consider being a part of this game.
Look at these celebs we got.
A very brief description of what
that's what I mean. They're trying to be Hollywood. When a new movie comes out, they interview the stars of the movie and maybe the director. But like scriptwriter, set designer, like none of them get interviewed or anything like that.
Absolutely.
So now we've got games being announced. They just said brand new dev team in Europe's making this. They had their names on the top of the trailer. We're not movies.
And me.
I get the privilege of getting to see this
Why do video games want to be movies?
And I love the challenges and all the new innovations that this medium.
Why do they want to be Hollywood?
We can't wait to show you what we've been working on.
I feel like there's so much of the games industry that feels like to be taken seriously, it needs to be like Hollywood as opposed to its own thing.
Can you give us a hint about the gameplay? Like, what are we going to do in this game?
Yeah, the verbs are always important. So we're going to let the game speak for itself. We'll be showing you more later on. But this is a game where you as the player, you're going to be exploring, you're going to be discovering. Like we said, it's a very tight thriller. So you're moving very fast-paced through this world. There'll be multiple locations, multiple ways for you to traverse.
Sorry, I've only got like 7 hours left of ads today.
The narrative is a huge element to this. They didn't waste any resources on the performance for sure. I got to tell one quick story.
I apologize if I'm talking over this interview where voice actors are regurgitating the press release they were told to say by the publishers about here's all of the words that you need to include about what the game is.
To speak to the performance capture aspect, we brought in an incredible
I think I was made the devs unable to go there. I guess if they're in Europe,
who walked us through
international travel is still not the easiest thing right now, so that could be it. But I mean, still.
And so Roger and I sat down. We said, "These are who our characters are," and he goes, "Give me 1 hour, and I will come back to you with the story of this fight." And after an hour, he comes to us and he goes, "It was like
obviously I don't like movies." I obviously don't like movies. I feel like I've made that stance on my channel pretty clear. I'm not a fan of movies, just as a concept. At this fucking point,
I can't do this. And he grabbed me by my shoulders and says, "Oh, you can, you will.
But
it's going to be glorious."
We did.
Even for movies, like
a lot of trust.
Are press interviews with the stars of the movies like ever interesting?
I mean, this is so cool to see. Is it an independent studio doing this, teaming up with you guys? We can't wait.
They're also talking about the motion capture they did for the game and how the devs made them really thoroughly get into the character, not just here's the script, read it.
All right. Well, next up, keeping up with the space theme, it's time to world premiere.
I mean, that's
a
good.
Very exciting new game, which will feature a musical score by industry
Arthur
legend
Morgan in Red Dead.
Nick
Have never played
Gordon.
Red Dead, so
this one is going to grab you, and we are so honored to debut it.
Don't know Red Dead. So Matt, the interviews can be interesting when someone just hears what I told you to say. That's what, it's kind of my thing, right? I mean, interviews in general are that. French only see movies when others have plans to go. Most movies are shithouse, though I do need to see everything everywhere all at once. People talk about that movie the way people spoke about Sorry to Bother You, so I should actually watch that. I mean, it's not like they're more deeply involved in the process than just acting, which I figure is why they're there. That makes sense. That makes sense. You can definitely tell there's a number of games where the voice acting is very much just here's the script, read it, and the people aren't given the greatest understanding of where their characters are, where they are in the story, what their build up to that part is, and they are just regurgitating lines. No, the games that have incredible character deliveries are the ones where the actors have really been given a good chance to truly understand who their characters are and like what the scenario that like these lines are being set in, and you can tell the difference. But when it's that and just read lines, an example of a game where you can see both examples of that end of the spectrum is actually the Wonderful 101. There are some lines in the Wonderful 101 that are very obvious. The actor was told to say this line, they didn't really understand the context of it, where other characters are just gotten able to understand that character really, really well. Also, more space horror. Also, more space horror. How many are we up to in Summer Games Fest for space horror?
Doesn't that look great? That was routine coming to Xbox and PC. It was first announced a decade ago and is now officially back. I can't
How many
wait to
space
see
horrors
more.
have we seen?
Now it's time to check in with a very special guest who's been in his fair share of video games, including most recently Fortnite as the foundation. Dwayne Johnson, welcome to Summer Game Fest. How are you?
What is happening?
What's up, everybody? And
Or part of AI voice acting?
and
Yes.
what is up to the
Yes, that's also a
Summer
very good
Game
example,
Fest
yes.
audiences live
Like the person who
streaming
does the
right
voice
now
acting for
around
Gaius
the world,
very much
and
understands
everybody
Gaius and
inside
what
the
his role is and where he is in the
IMAX
story and
theaters.
stuff like that.
Dwayne
Some other
Johnson here
characters,
coming at you
no.
from my Iron
They very
Paradise,
much sound like they're
the
reading out
very
lines of
hot
dialogue without knowing
and
like
sweaty
where the character is meant to be.
and smelly Iron Paradise, powered by, of course, Zoa Energy.
What is happening?
#1
On the other hand, this is someone who probably just read the
in
script.
game. You guys know me. By
Why
a
is
lot
he
of
talking here?
nicknames. The Rock, La Roca in Spanish, Uncle Hanson.
How very
sexiest
good.
man alive,
And you believe in
Big
Eorzea.
Drink Energy.
To believe in Eorzea is to believe in
Always
nothing.
room for a cheesy joke. There's always room for the extra
God,
large cheesy
Gaius's
pieces.
voice
When
acting
I'm
is so
delivering,
good.
I deliver
Like,
them
it's
often.
so hammy, but it's so fucking good.
You guys
It's my
also
favorite
know
video
me
game character.
as the greatest and most electrifying.
Sorry, I know I'm talking
surprise
over
in
most of this, but
gaming
that's because most of
that
it's not
happened.
interesting.
You know me as
Um,
the foundation. And I gotta tell you guys, #1, thank you so much for
It's
the
a nice
crazy
looking gym.
response
It's an
of me
expensive
becoming
looking
the
gym.
foundation,
Is
but
it as
also,
a good looking
I
gym
gotta
as
say
playing
that, you
Ring
know, I've
Fit
had
in the
such
corner
a
of your
pleasure,
bedroom though? I don't
working
fucking think
with,
so.
Epic Games and the teams over there, and we cannot wait to show you what we have in store for the future.
Is this
And
just more
speaking of the
Fortnite?
future, in the future, you will also know me as
Is this
Black
just more
Adam.
fuck nut?
Black Adam, as millions of you know around the world who know the Black Adam mythology, he is ruthless, he is unstoppable. And for those who don't, I always like to say a quick tutorial is this. Black Adam has the powers of Superman, but the only difference, well, there's a few differences, but one of the biggest differences is Superman's weakness is magic, and Black Adam's, one of his superpowers is magic. So you do the math.
It's a Marvel thing?
October
Is this just a
21st,
movie?
I cannot
Are we
wait
just
for you
literally
guys to
doing a
see
movie
Black
now?
Adam
Isn't
around
Black
the
Adam an
world
upcoming
in theaters
movie?
only. And you guys will finally see the hierarchy of power in the DC universe change.
Or is
it
this
has been an honor
Black
to
Adam in
become Black
Fortnite?
Adam, and it is a role that's in my DNA and that I was born to play. I
It's
was
DC,
born to
not
play
Marvel,
the
but
Man in
yeah.
Black, and I'm honored to show it to you guys on October 21st. So until then, stay healthy.
But it's a
stay
movie,
safe,
right? Not a video
stay
game?
focused, keep having
And he's
fun,
advertising
keep
an engine.
kicking
What is
ass.
happening?
Enjoy your gaming, and I'll see you down
What
the
is
road.
happening?
This is Black Adam.
Black Adam. What have your powers ever given to you? Nothing but heartache.
This is a movie.
I was a slave until I died.
The corner says hashtag Summer Game Fest. This is a movie.
A god. Now, I kneel before no one. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior.
DC is my favorite video game. Well, I mean, there's definitely certain scenes of certain DCU movies that are literally ripped from Injustice games, so...
Did he just catch a rocket?
That's a movie! What is happening? What are we doing here? Oh, Outriders. I remember hearing about this game, like, when it came out, ages and ages and ages and ages ago. I remember people saying it was pretty good. If I'm thinking of the right game, which I think I am. I could be thinking of the wrong game. I don't know what my hair's doing here. But I know what it's... Yeah, I know what it's doing. I forgot to put product in it. It's okay, but had a lot of launch issues. It came out a while ago though, right? I didn't put the product in my hair so my hair's been all fucked up at the front here. It's a very, very, very specific routine to make my hair look good, and I constantly fuck it up. Because it requires me having a shower early in the night, which I always fuck up doing. So I'm too busy usually playing Final Fantasy 14. April 2021? I guess about a year ago. I mean, she's hot. Riders isn't quite Fallout 76 level, so please, God, just give up. That it's somewhere on that line. Launch is very impressive at lost time players. They didn't want to talk about it anymore besides, yeah, I tried and wasn't impressed, but apparently they're still working on it. I might be thinking of a different game then. Oh my God, the Nintendo Switch! Oh my God, the Nintendo Switch! Splatoon 3! I did see that, what's their names? Pearl and Marina, are back. Off the hook, are back. Marina's in a fucking suit, it's amazing. Oh yeah, Xenoblade 3 got moved up in its release. It got underlaid. Putting a submarine in Final Fantasy 14. I swear, every time I hear about any of you playing Final Fantasy 14, it sounds like you're playing a different game than what I play. Hey, Fall Guys! Still best Battle Royale game, fight me. While it is still the best Battle Royale game, it still has the Battle Pass stuff, so I still don't want to play it. Maybe Tetris 99 is secretly the best one, because I don't know if Tetris 99 has Battle Pass stuff. So maybe that one's actually the best Battle Royale game. Is that Pokimane? I wouldn't recognize her if it was. I am not connected enough to YouTuber and Twitch culture to recognize who the popular people are. Not in any capacity. Not in any capacity. I feel so divorced from a lot of that culture in a lot of capacity. For just a lot of different things.
That was so fun to see Courage and
Wait,
Ray
season
in that
1?
Fall Guys piece, and you can play and download Fall Guys for free.
Are they going
Starting
back to
June
season
21st
1? Are
across
they
all
like rolling
platforms,
it back to
including
season
Nintendo
1?
Switch, Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. All right, back to another new game announcement. We're going to announce a brand new game and universe from a new team of legendary
And
developers.
universe.
Check this out.
And universe. Here's a world premiere for a new franchise. Free players are probably restarting. That makes sense. That makes sense. And it's concerning when you announce a new game by saying, here's a new universe. Like, we're already thinking of ways to franchise the game from the start.
Discovery, this is Command. Storm's in your way. Prepare for extraction.
Signal's breaking up. Command, I'll do one last scan. See you soon. Over. Okay, hurry. Now we're talking.
If this trailer turns horror, I swear to God. I swear to God, if this trailer turns into horror, I'm going to be so fucking mad.
I have it, Command. Repeat, I have it. Mission accomplished.
Is that... What is the sound design in this? Why is the sound design so bad?
Hang tight, Doc. I've got this.
Okay, it's not space horror, but it is space hell. The sound design is so terrible. The sound design is so bad. Everything just feels like it has zero impact. Like things hit each other and it's just like the lightest whipping sound. It sounds like people hitting each other with fucking wiffle bats. Space completely normal everyday, not scary thing.
Now, there's a storm coming.
Space Hell. Like regular... I was gonna say, Space Hell is Doom. Space Hell is Doom. Stormgate. Register for the beta. Why would I want to register for the beta? I don't even know what the game is. I don't even know what the game is. You showed me Space Hell in a day where I've seen 40 other space horror projects. Why is everything here space horror?
We're so excited about the return of
With one
RTS,
variant for Space Hell. I swear that has been
franchise.
90% of this show so far.
Alright, so Stormgate.
I swear that's been 90%. I can't even tell you the names of all of them, other than Callisto Protocol. Because that was the actual Dead Space one, and it, so far out of all of them has also looked by far the best.
And we saw some hints of some I mean, you know, you guys coming from Blizzard and StarCraft, everyone wants to know about races. You know, tell us about the sides in the
Oh, and it's a Blizzard thing. I especially don't care.
Our first
Brand new RTS, and it's by Blizzard, So I extremely don't care.
From the Human Resistance in that.
So I extremely cannot give a single remotest fuck of this. Don't worry, I'm just cutting off part of my hand.
Like monsters who come from another world.
I think one thing everyone wants to know about, especially your background.
I'm just cutting off part of my hand because it's more interesting than hearing about a Blizzard game that's an RTS. That's a space thing in a world where I've seen nothing but space things all day.
I know you're going to show us, I think, some hints
Isn't
of where you're
space
going to go.
RTS Blizzard just StarCraft?
Made in Unreal Engine, but any
Is
sense
StarCraft
of what you want to
Blizzard?
do for the gameplay
Isn't
in
it?
this game?
I thought it was.
Absolutely. But the first thing I want to say
Or am I
is
just getting
we
StarCraft
are
and Warcraft
very
mixed up?
consciously trying to
I
stay
might be doing
true
that as
to
well.
what players already love about RTS. Where we're
I could
really
just be
trying
getting
to
those
push
mixed
the
up.
genre
That is
and
definitely
be
possible.
innovative. First off, approachability. For one thing, we're free to play.
Oh, there's more parts of my hand to cut
No pay to win, no NFTs, nothing like that. Just to lower that.
No
barrier and actually get
NFTs
players in.
confirmed.
We're also really trying to be a lot more social.
StarCraft and
you'll be
Warcraft
able
are both
to
Blizzard
campaign
RTSs.
cooperatively. We've got 3-player open.
It doesn't have there's no dang demons in there.
3 for
Okay.
competitive multiplayer, but of course we've also still got one.
Blizzard make a game that doesn't have
And
craft
as a
in the
little
title.
surprise, I think
I
we
mean, I
got
guess
some
this is
first kinda
Stormgate.
work
But
in
honestly,
progress
if you told me
images
that the
from the
next
game,
World of Warcraft expansion was
these
called
are still
Stormgate, I'd believe
very
you.
much still being worked on.
Because it
but
sounds like
some
an
shots
expansion for
of,
Final Fantasy
actual
XIV,
assets
so
that we're
World of
building
Warcraft
in
would just want to
Unreal
copy it.
Engine 5.
Wow, well,
Pew,
I
pew,
love
pew.
it. 2023, you said for the beta, so people can sign up now, get ready, and I'm just so thrilled that there is a brand new RTS franchise coming from you guys and your background and what you did, you know, at Blizzard and StarCraft.
This
We're so
is
excited
dragging
about this
out.
team,
They've
Frost
dragged
Giant.
this out a
Thank you
lot.
so
Are we
much
even
for
halfway
giving us
through?
your announcement
Oh my
today.
god, we're not even halfway
Thank you so much
through.
for having us here. Really great.
Awesome. All right, Frost Giant, Stormgate, keep an eye out for it. Now it's time for another indie game announcement that I'm excited to share with you.
Ooh.
High Water. Check this one out.
Ooh.
Good morning,
Ex-Blizzard?
High Water
Oh, they
dwellers.
ditched
High
Blizzard?
Water
Ah,
Pirate
okay.
Radio, keeping you in the know with our flow. Alphaville authorities continue to deny false rumors that Alphaville elites are planning to evacuate to Mars. True or not, the one thing we can't deny is that the world ended on a sunny day.
Okay, so there seems to be a game about climate change and about how the powerful just ditched everyone else. This feels relevant. The equivalent includes Protocol, but for StarCraft, we can't make our game, so here's our game. Okay, I can at least respect that a little bit more then. Okay, I didn't realize it was ex-Blizzard. I can at least respect that. If they left Blizzard, I can respect it. We have Warcraft, StarCraft, what should we do next? How about Minecraft? I think someone else already made that one. Fuckers. The billionaires went to Mars for some fucking reason. Aid for peace, says next to a guy with a gun. It's one of the most interesting things we've seen from the entirety of this particular show. Definitely one of the best ones.
What a breathtaking trailer. High Water is an adventure strategy game set in a world ravaged by extreme climate change.
Okay, very
Speaking of the world
explicitly,
around
they're just
us,
saying it's
the
climate change.
conflict in
Okay.
Ukraine is not far from anyone's mind, and it's impacted the development of games, including Replaced from Sad Cat Studios, a Belarusian studio with devs from Belarus and Ukraine. The team had long hoped to reveal a new trailer here today, but were understandably unable to complete it in time. Guys, I just want to say we're thinking of you and all the developers impacted by the conflict, and hope to be able to share your work at a future show. All right, our next game is an official
Understandable.
selection of the Tribeca
Understandable.
Games Festival. It's American Arcadia, where you play Trevor, whose life is being televised with the viewing population constantly voting you up or down. When you become unpopular, you need to start running for your life. Check this out.
Okay, interesting concept at the very least to start with. Now use this trailer to sell me on it.
Picture a city where technology and science go hand in hand with fun and entertainment.
My grandfather, Elijah Walton, had a dream to build the city of tomorrow. That dream is now a reality, and that city is Arcadia. A 43-square-mile metropolis where each and every citizen enjoys a life of luxury and comfort. Broadcast live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on every digital platform. American Arcadia. Control. Subject on the run on camera 4025. Interrupt broadcast immediately.
Okay, this is interesting. This is good.
Listen to me. We can't allow Trevor Hills to escape under any circumstances. Trevor. Trevor, can you hear me?
Be careful and don't make a sound. Don't worry. I'm going to get you out of there.
Okay, immediately interesting.
Now, last year, Marvel
Immediately
announced
interesting.
Marvel's Midnight Sun.
Also good.
Tactical
I am
RPG
interested in that
game,
concept.
The studio behind XCOM and Civilizations. Heroes from the Avengers and X-Men crossover with supernatural ones like Blade and Ghost Rider for a battle against Lilith, the mother of demons. Today, we've got to look at some new folks.
I was about to say, isn't Midnight Suns the name of that Nazi logo? That's Black Sun. That's different. So I was about to say, did this Marvel game just name itself after a Nazi thing? No, that's Black Sun, not Midnight Sun. Never mind. Marvel XCOM for some reason. Can it top Mario and Rabbids as an XCOM game? Which is a shame that it's made by Ubisoft, because I don't want to support it. I don't want to support Ubisoft. But the first Mario and Rabbids game is damn good. I never finished it. I got like to the end of World 2. Too many games to play. But from what I played, it's I think probably the most interesting XCOM game that I've ever seen. Just made by Fire Access, my bad. This you mean? Is Fire Access the people who make XCOM? I don't know.
Sweet child, Mother won't hurt you.
I see it's even XCOM and got interested, but also Marvel. Haven't played the DLC yet. Oh yeah, it got like Funky Kong DLC, didn't it?
I'm gonna need some
Had
backup.
funky mode. Oh right, I'm out of drink. I forgot. Sorry, I don't even watch all of it because I don't like it. And it's bad. It's boring. But even as someone who doesn't watch all this stuff, I am oversaturated on superheroes. I'm oversaturated on superheroes. Very hard to get me interested. Sorry. The Summer Game Fest show itself is really just, here's all of the stuff that is just incredibly not appealing to me. Funky Kong DLC was the, oh yeah, it was just Donkey Kong, yeah. Yeah, Funky Kong's the Tropical Freeze thing. Man, could you imagine if Tropical Freeze came out and was like a good game as opposed to a bad one? I'd love to be in that universe. Such a bastard. That may be one of my most single controversial gaming takes. Out of all of the 5 Donkey Kong Country games, I think Tropical Freeze is the worst.
It used to always work. Well, it did that one time.
I think that's my most controversial opinion that I have when it comes to video games.
That was Midnight
Oh yeah,
Suns,
this is
and
coming out in a
now
few
we're
days
moving on
too.
to the wonderful
The
world
DLC for this
of
is finally
Cuphead,
coming out.
The delicious last course.
Well, give me an excuse to
Can
go
you
back into
believe
it.
We're only a couple weeks away from playing the delicious last course DLC. You see how they did that for Cuphead. Joining me now is Maya Moldenhauer from Studio MDHR. So first of all, Maya, it's really coming?
It's really coming June 30th on all major platforms. We are thrilled.
Well, I'm so thrilled too that I think all the fans can't believe that this is here. And I've been lucky enough to play this actually on my Steam Deck last week, and you guys gave me a copy.
I love Cuphead. I think it's an incredible game.
Ready for how amazing
like in
this
terms of like
looks and the
its gameplay and
backgrounds
its
what you
design
guys
and
have
stuff
done. I
like
feel
that.
You've amped up obviously the gameplay. It's difficult.
I
as we
just
would
wish
expect,
it didn't
but
lean into the
visual
tropes
look,
that
you
were the
guys have taken
racist
it to
ones.
the next level, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, we absolutely did. I couldn't pinpoint one thing that we're proud of.
Like I know that people have said it's just like it's just because it's the art style doesn't mean that it like it has any of the racism, and I'm just like, well, you could kind of make that argument, but also it leans into a lot of the tropes of like this art style and minstrel shows of the era, and it leans into a lot of the tropes that were very explicitly racist back then too. Like the whole story is about like being lured in by sin and gambling and stuff like that, and that is
lots of secrets to discover.
very very explicitly racist in that era too. Like
and lots of
like the whole point was that like black people were morally inferior, so of course they would be sinners and gamblers because they were morally inferior, so they would be lured into that stuff as well.
It takes
So
place
like
in an icy arena, and features some of my personal favorite
They could've just-
attacks and transformations. We hope everyone enjoys it.
All right, let's check it out. Cuphead, the delicious last course. Thanks, Maya.
Again, I love Cuphead as a game, and I think it's really fun. And the art style, like, it's an incredibly well animated game, and they do a lot of interesting things with that. It's just, I'm not going to be uncritical about the fact that it doesn't also lean into, it leans, like, the art style itself has the problematic elements that it does because of what its immediate association is, but then it leans into some of those problematic elements with like story tropes and stuff, like with story ideas and tropes and stuff that it leans into, and that's not great. And that's not great. And like with the Cuphead animated TV show, like you've got King Dice like singing jazz in a very very explicitly black voice and stuff like that, while like dressed in like as a minstrel and stuff like that. And it's just, if it wasn't connected to games, there would be a lot more people being willing to call it out for just like, hey, that's kind of weird.
Who doesn't? Tomorrow we will show you an exclusive look at Season 2 of the Cuphead show when I co-host Netflix's Geek Week, which will include new show and game announcements. It streams at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And that's not all. There's more Summer Game Fest all weekend long.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still excited for the DLC. I'm absolutely going to play it. I love the game. But I can love the game and enjoy it and be excited for it. And also just like be critical of the issues that it has in terms of how it presents things.
And Sunday, don't miss the Xbox and
Like, even if it was just the art style, it would be a little weird, but it would be like understandable.
Now we have some exciting news for
but then it
Nintendo
like
Switch
leans
and
into the
PC
tropes
fans
as well all
about
the time.
Neon
It's just
White,
a bit.
a game where you play an assassin from hell who slays demons.
Oh,
with
Neon
a
White's the
chance to
card
ascend.
one, right? First person card game? This is Neon. That was Neon White, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I feel like this was first announced ages ago.
We're called Neons. Sinners plucked from hell to do God's dirty work. But I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
Oh god, this looks good. Been hearing good things about it so far. Wait, pick it up. Is it out? Oh shit, nice.
Got 10 days here. New day, new mission from Almighty.
Ooh,
You think
okay.
you can win me over by showering me with gifts? Good thinking.
Oh my god. Vision of stuff, single player, multiplayer, card based, speedrunning FPS. Oh my god, it's already out! It's already out. Yeah, I gotta get this. I gotta get this. When I first saw it, I was just like, cards, like using cards in its first-person shooter. I'm fucking down. I've absolutely got to get that then.
We've shown you lots
I've been
of
excited for that game for a
made by
fucking while now.
huge teams. Now it's time for a game made
You
by
put
a
cards in your game and I'm
single
gonna like
father
it.
in
I'm a
Poland.
sucker for cards.
Over the past year, he's brought on some help to bring his
I would
vision
grab my
for a
collection of
fast-paced
Pokemon cards,
action
but it
game,
would be too much for me to
Midnight
grab and
Fight
put into
Express to life.
frame
Let's
at once
take a
because
look.
there's too many. It's amazing how I've got all the Pokemon here, and I'm like collecting Pokemon cards.
Get knocked down.
And I don't actually play like the Pokemon games. I didn't even finish Sword and Shield.
It's time, partner.
I never picked up Legends
Time to rise
Arceus or Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I don't know if I'll get Scarlet and Violet when they come out. I like collecting cards for Triple Triad and Final Fantasy XIV. I'm just really bad at the actual game of it. I need a Triple Triad stream of FF14 because I need people to teach me how to be good at it. Like I want to be the person. That was absolutely a joker. I want to be the person who goes around and tries to collect every single Triple Triad card in FF14. I'm just so bad at Triple Triad itself that it would be hard for me to like get it all because I'm just bad at it. It's like I'm bad at Justice and Shovel Knight King of Cards, which isn't exactly Triple Triad, but it's got enough similarities that I'm bad at it. The one and only complaint I've seen is from a guy who's out here speedrunning going, I wish I could see the VN stuff because I'm not interested in the VN stuff, but I love the gameplay. I guess, yeah, if you're trying to speedrun Neon White, that would be, that could get in the way a bit.
Such a cool game, and I'm happy to announce.
Especially considering it
Instant demo of
advertised
this game is
speedrunning
going
as part
live
of, like,
right now on
the
Steam.
trailer
It will
just
be
then
part of
said the word
Steam
speedrunning.
Next Fest next week. I really want more playable games to get in the hands of you guys at home, and that's one of them. Check it out. All right.
Oh,
Joining me
Warframe.
now is Megan from Digital Extremes to talk all things Warframe. Megan, how you doing?
I'm so good. My fellow Canadian.
I know. We got a lot. It just happened up.
I have heard incredible things about Warframe. I don't know anything about the game, though.
We do well. We have a great connection. We've also done a lot with Warframe over the years.
I know there's
right
a
now,
lot
anyone
of people
watching on
who
Twitch
like
for
Monster
more than
Hunter
30
who
minutes,
like
this show is
Warframe.
going to get a special Twitch drop, right?
That's right.
I've
I
heard
already
that
have
a
seen
lot.
people getting it, so
Yes.
it's very exciting. She's right there, loud and proud. Protea, 30 minutes for watching. Thank you for letting us kind of take over your special events category, but she is there and she is for you if you are properly linked up.
No, Warframe, you know, as I said, we've done a lot over the years. You guys have done incredible things with the game, and I know you have TennoCon
Warframe's free to
coming
play,
up
right?
in July, which is your
If you get every
big,
card,
you
should I
know,
bring you to
event
get a
of the
giant
year
card
to
mount?
reveal
That sounds
what's next.
incredible.
What
I
can you
definitely need
tell
to do
us?
it then.
Well, I can't tell too much.
Warframe's free to
but
play,
yeah,
right?
July
Because they were just
16th,
talking about like log in
2022,
and you get a
it's digital
special
event
skin, and
again
that just
this
sounds like a
year.
free to play game kind of
Today,
thing.
actually, we just launched the digital items for it, so you can get some in-game goodies, some really cool cosmetics.
Yeah, this sounds
some
like
merch,
this sounds
all
like
that really
yeah,
great
this sounds like
stuff
free to play
online
stuff.
today.
Warframe is
But
free.
of course, the
Yeah,
reason
this sounds
I'm
like free to play
here
stuff.
Is to kind of debut. We have our Tenno live during TennoCon, which is our big reveal.
I'm
of the
always
night, and
incredibly nervous
we
about free to play
usually do
games.
a little bit of a gameplay, a little bit of a demo, and I think a lot of people can suspect
Like, because
what
it's
it
just
might be,
free to
but
play
I'm here
games
to
will
kinda
either have
confirm what
like
it
the
is
addiction
that
elements
Tenno
of
Live is
gambling.
And what is
Like
that?
so many, like
Can I
a
say
lot of
it?
free to
Yes,
play
I can.
games
Yeah.
either have
Okay,
the
you're gonna
addiction
get your
element of
first look
gambling
at the
of
Duviri
our business
paradox.
model is to
Finally.
make some people
Finally, I
ruin
know,
their
it's
lives
been
with
a couple
gambling in
years,
this game.
but
Or the
Duviri
free to play
paradox
model
is gonna be
is
what Tenno
we
Live
want
is
all of
about,
our
and
players
I'm
to
so
dedicate
happy.
their
The team
entire
worked
life
really
to
hard
playing
on the
nothing
teaser you're
but
about
this
to see
game
for it,
so
and
they
I'm
can
just
unlock
really
all the
proud to
stuff
say
with
it showed.
all of like the far
Thanks so
more
much
stuff
for
that
being
we
here,
have
Summer
in the
Game
game
Fest.
and
Let's
to
take a
encourage
look
people
at
to
that
spend money.
right now.
And I hate both of those things with a furious passion that I can't get into it.
My child.
Has some
My
issues with
friend.
alt content and stuff.
What was done is done.
People say that about Final Fantasy XIV with the Realm Reborn ballad to
New choices await us now.
Or is it problems with the old content like Destiny 2's problems with the old content where they just remove it and then it's like fuck you? Or is the old content just bad? I still can't believe that Destiny 2 is fucked up is as fucked up as it is. You can go out and buy a fucking disc for Destiny 2 and play literally zero content on the disc because all of that has been patched out of the game at this point.
Of who we were.
They made a big deal about Nathan Fillion replacing the voice of one of the characters in Destiny 2. And now Nathan Fillion's no longer in Destiny 2 because every bit of content that had Nathan Fillion in it doesn't exist anymore. Like, I don't understand how Destiny 2 has been so fucked up and mishandled. It's so... it's fucking embarrassing is what it is, that it's been handled so fucking poorly. Like, for a live service game, which whole thing is just adding new expansions more and more over and over time,
Next, it's time for a
it's
new look
amazing
at
how much stuff is
Honkai
unplayable.
Star Rail, an upcoming open
Like,
world
it's so much
space
more than just not being able to play
RPG.
1.0 in
Space
Final
today
Fantasy
from
XIV.
Genshin Impact studio Hoyoverse across mobile and PC. This studio continues to deliver, and this new trailer reveals for the very first time a new and exotic realm players will be able to explore.
Genshin Impact. I was just talking about games relying on, like, the free-to-play model and encouraging you to spend a shitload of money and stuff by making you addicted to the game and playing nothing but the game. And now they're mentioning Genshin Impact, so...
Listen. You are in a daze right now. You don't know.
So is this another free-to-play game like Genshin Impact, or is this, like, a game you can buy and play all the content when you buy it, kind of thing?
In the near future, you will encounter many perils.
Because, like, Genshin Impact's art style is fantastic. I've heard people say it has good music. And I've heard people say it has good combat.
Unimaginable adventures.
But I've also seen what the monetization in Genshin Impact is, and no thank you. Looking at the fan art and not playing the games is the solution? Fair. Fair point. Fair point. She has an electric guitar. She literally has never. And it's in a game I probably don't want to touch with a 50-foot pole.
That's the you I like.
I have wine to soothe the souls of honored guests. Welcome aboard the Cienjo La Fool.
And that's not all from Hoyoverse. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to Zenless Zone Zero, their next major new IP. It's a futuristic urban action game. I have to say, I'm blown
Wait, is this
away
two
by what
new
I've seen
games
so
that they're
far. It was
making?
announced a couple weeks ago, and it has the detail
Jesus.
of Genshin Impact with a fast-paced action style. Here is the world premiere of a brand new look at Zenless's notable characters, armed enemies, and world of danger.
So, are these two new games that, what's the name? I think it's MiHoYo, because Hoyoverse is like all part of the same thing. I think it's MiHoYo is the name of the devs. Are these, like, the same model as Genshin Impact? And it's just more free-to-play, hyper-monetized games? Or are these just actually standalone games that you just buy and play the whole thing? That's just Raiden's Ninja Run. Running past, splits and bullets with that. That's just Ninja Run. Can't imagine it's doing a Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is a huge game now. Can't imagine any one game studio would be able to do more than one of those. Yeah, but Genshin Impact's made more money than God. So... like, hasn't Genshin Impact made like several $billion or something? The thing, if they're just standalone games that are just like you buy the game and you can play the full game and they're not hyper monetized first, I can see that being interesting.
One of my favorite reveals last year was TMNT Shredder's
Because it's everything
Revenge,
about
which
like
reminds
the
us all
monetization
of
thing that makes me just
arcade
like not
game
even
back
want
in
to
the day.
attempt
Well,
to begin
it's
at
nearing the
Genshin
end of
Impact
development,
because I
and
know
the
I'll
team
fucking
wanted
hate
to
it.
use SGF as a way to reveal one exciting aspect of the game they've been keeping under wraps until now.
I feel like I've heard a lot about Shredder's Revenge and I don't actually know anything about it. I don't know if he shouted Patrick. I don't know if he shouted Patrick. I wish I was good enough at beat 'em ups to like enjoy them. My favorite SpongeBob character is Patrick! I'm really bad at beat 'em ups. This is my critical flaw as a person. I'm incredibly bad at beat 'em ups. And I'm very bad at them for the stupidest fucking reason. Really good old school arcade action. If old school arcade action is your type of game. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm bad at beat 'em ups for the dumbest reason possible. Moving in beat 'em ups confuses me. I'm not exaggerating. Almost every beat 'em up that I've played, I don't know what it is. Just the way that you move like left and the way you move left and right feels so different to how you move up and down that I feel like it's really hard for me to like aim my attacks properly. That's really soon. As in it's already passed by the time I'm watching this. Like, cause I got Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I forgot that I bought that game off Limited Run and I finally arrived. And then playing it, and I'm just like, oh yeah, this is what I'm like with beat 'em ups. I don't know, it's just, I feel like moving left and right is so different in terms of like speed and stuff compared to moving up and down. And because obviously in beat 'em ups, most of your attacks will move you left and right, but not up and down, that it's really hard for me to like aim and take control and take out groups of people when they're all on different levels, because it just throws me off trying to move up and down to like aim at them properly, and I just can never do it properly. It's the stupidest reason to be bad at beat 'em ups, but every single time I've played a beat 'em up, that's what happens to me. Every single time. I can't move my character in a way that means I can fight effectively. I've never been good at it for beat 'em ups. And again, it's stupid. It's such a stupid reason for being bad at them. That's what it is. Again, movement is incredibly important for me in video games. Movement mechanics may be the most important mechanics to me in a video game. Like, you can make an incredible game, but if the movement feels like shit, I won't enjoy it. Or you can make a game that's not overall that interesting mechanically, but the movement is sick and I'll fucking love it. Obviously, there's exceptions and stuff like that. But if moving in a game for me feels awkward, I'm going to be bad at the game no matter what. And just beat 'em ups as a genre is that for me, sadly. Are any of these Civ-esque games not like super colonialist in their design and structure? Do any of them avoid the pitfalls of just like their gameplay themes and ideas being incredibly colonialist and imperialist? Do any of them avoid it or not? So I'm gonna guess the answer is no, but I'm basing that just on the people who make these games and not anything that I've actually seen in any of the games themselves. The only time I played beat 'em ups was like old sports bar back when I was a kid.
How far will you push?
Yeah, super old arcadey stuff. I was talking about it on the Discord a few days ago. Like, there's been so few like arcade cabinet arcades in Australia, like, ever. Even when I was a kid, most like arcades were ticket machine type arcades. Like, even when I was like 5, that was most of
Humankind
them.
allows you to shape your civilization by combining a multitude of historical
Except for the Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo arcade cabinet that's at a concert venue, which is funny as hell. Just in the bar next to the concert that's going on. Oh, here's your SF2T. If you make any History of Civilization type game, don't include Imperial Closes, I feel like it's, that feels like a different problem. Well, it's more so just like, I'm not strictly talking about historical accuracy. Like, yeah, if you're aiming for historical accuracy, there's that. But like,
the Straw Hat Pirates journeying along the Grand Line.
The game mechanics encouraging it. Like, colonialist ideas exist in a lot of games in terms of raw game mechanics. Like, Minecraft is that. Monster Hunter is that. Like, No Man's Sky is that. Stuff like that. Like, from a gameplay mechanic perspective, it's incredibly common. So just a civilization building game, I feel like would probably also lean into that really heavily. I don't know One Piece, sorry. People tell me that One Piece has like 2,000 episodes of anime, and it immediately says, great, I'll never watch it, thanks. It could be the best fucking show on the planet. If it's got 2,000 episodes, you can't sell me on watching something that's 2,000 episodes long. Sorry. Just not something you can do. $1,014. I hate that I thought I was exaggerating, but it's still over 1,000, so I'm not really. I thought I was exaggerating by putting it in the thousands. I genuinely thought the answer was going to actually be like 400 to 500 at most.
The adventure that awaits.
Right to the time scale, One Piece is really good, but you'd relate to the I think you relate to the theme serve. It's definitely too big of an investment. It is incredibly hard for me to be invested in something that's that long.
One Piece Odyssey.
The exception is Yakuza, and even Yakuza is nowhere near as long as that many episodes of a fucking anime. It's probably the reason why I love Yakuza so much. Yakuza is the only thing that's that long of a franchise with that much stuff that is all like part of a continuous storyline that I actually can enjoy.
The English voice cast with this quick new look.
It's just not stuff I can get into. As I mentioned earlier with the Final Fantasy stuff, my type of thing is where multiple parts of a story have new parts and stuff. JoJo's almost 1,000 chapters now. Yeah, but like the thing that I'm saying right now, if One Piece is all one continuous story with the same cast, no. My thing is, if you're gonna have a story be that long, it has to have like new stories that are unconnected, new characters, new settings entirely, which is what Final Fantasy is, and it's also what JoJo is. JoJo at most has a couple recurring characters between parts and stuff like that. At most, it has that. But like, the storyline themes and stuff are completely new for every single part. So it's like, similar vibes, similar aesthetics, and similar ideas and concepts, but completely new stories. It's a story going for that long. That's really hard for me to do for that. I mean, even with Yakuza, I'm lucky that Yakuza 4 has multiple characters, because by Yakuza 4, I do kind of need a break of just being only a Kiryu's franchise the entire time. So I'm lucky that Yakuza 4 is actually more, because if Yakuza 4 was just another entire Kiryu game, I would probably not be as interested.
Featuring Maneater.
For 1,000 episodes, they renamed the opening, remade the opening for season 1 with the same theme song. Oh my god. I heard of Trails. And that's probably equivalent to One Piece 11 games, and considering that all direct sequels.
New announcements and updates from PC titles
is that like Trails of Scudford Judkia? Is that what those ones are? Or am I thinking of a different thing? Because if it's those games, I've never played any of them. Stadia is still a thing. Okay, you know how you were talking about how Fallout 76 is the just give up on it and stop trying for Fallout 76? I feel like Stadia is a way bigger example of that. Just give up. Stop trying to make Stadia a thing. Trails of Cold Steel, not Tales of Vesperia. I don't know if I've ever heard of Trails of Cold Steel. I don't know what that is. It doesn't sound familiar in any capacity. But it's not... Okay, the other one's Tales of Scudford Judkia. Okay. Okay, I don't know either of them. Trails of Cold Steel, I don't think I've ever heard of what that franchise is. Old school Capcom game. Tales of Trails of Tales. Like the Sonic Tales. I'm losing track of how many different Capcom collections exist. Because there's Capcom Arcade and Capcom Fighting Game Collection. I don't know what the rest of it is. Capcom Collection? All of them together. I gotta do Mega Man's at some point.
Soccer-ish sport, chaos reigns supreme. So
is this game out yet?
Whatever it takes to claim victory.
This game was June, right? Is this game out? Is it good?
Strikers Battle League, only on Nintendo Switch.
Okay, well, it came out a while ago. It came out a while ago, never mind. Is it good? The Striker's good. Does Strike? I've heard that it's really fun to play as. Like, oh my god! I was literally just about to ask. Is it like every single other sports-esque game that, or just like party game that Nintendo have put out for the Switch where it has no fucking content? And apparently it's the same. Sick, awesome, fuck yeah, love that.
Surge tanking from System of a Down. So when headbanging isn't mandatory,
can Konami do a lot of classic game collections? Maybe thinking of Namco. I can only have a few. Konami have like a couple Castlevania ones. Limited Run had a bunch of them. Doesn't even pretend to have a story like tennis and golf did. Also, it's getting worse over time. Awesome. 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 So did it say the game had straight up System of a Down music or music like System of a Down? System of a Down. You might be surprised given the music that I'm into. I'm actually not familiar at all with System of a Down's music. I'm not. I am not. Yeah, they got like Trivium and Lamb of God and stuff in there, so they have like proper big fucking metal bands doing the track to this. Oh yeah, System of a Down, yeah. System of a Down is actually there. At least one person from System of a Down is there. You'll notice a common trend whenever I watch reacts and stuff like that. I'm very bad at keeping up with the culture. There is so many things and projects and games and series, and even just when it comes to music and stuff, that I just don't know anything about. Metal Hellsinger? Okay, I mean, I feel like I am legally obliged to give that a shot. I feel like I'm legally obliged to give that a shot.
That one was Metal Hellsinger, coming later this year from Funcom, a rhythm shooter with metal music. And right now, as I mentioned, a demo has launched on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation for you to play for free.
Again, I feel like legally I need to try that.
A new game launches tomorrow, The Quarry from Supermassive Games. This spiritual successor to Until Dawn stars David Arquette and an all-star cast. It's getting great reviews, and this is one of those binge-worthy teen horror entertainment experiences where your every choice shapes your story and determines who lives.
Is that a hot take? I don't like Until Dawn. I think it's boring and uninteresting. Is that a hot take? I don't care. It's my opinion.
Most important thing in the world. But if your whole family, you know, like every last one of them decided.
What I will say, what Until Dawn did well.
Hanging on the end of
the thing it did well.
How can one person be expected to pull them all back out?
Its twist was good. I just wish it also wasn't racist. That's my opinion on Until Dawn. I think I dislike about Battle Hellsinger is that it's pretending it's new and unique where BPM bullets per minute already exists.
There is a lot more to this than
Essentially, you're gonna have to like show me that after this in Discord and stuff. If there's a game that already exists like that, then I need to see it. Then I need to see that as well.
No idea what's going on here. Not a goddamn clue. All right, let's do this.
Okay, is this one leaning into being like campy B grade 80s horror?
Who should I call?
911.
You mean 911? Who says 911?
Goodbye, cruel world.
Okay, is this one actually leaning into the campiness?
I'm gonna enjoy watching you die.
That may be enough to redeem it. That may be enough to redeem this, honestly.
Story. It's a creature feature. It's really happening, and you're all in it.
This is gonna get a little messy.
That may be enough to redeem it. Though if it has the same plot twist as Until Dawn, that would be hilarious and stupid as hell.
Back at the Game Awards, we were proud to reveal Nightingale, a shared world survival crafting game from Inflection Games up in Canada. Now it's time to give you a brand new look and deeper look at the game, including its innovative realm card system that lets you impact things like the weather pattern, resources, and challenges in this procedural realms. Here is your exclusive new look.
I will say, at least we're moving faster in this now. Like, we are getting to the point where the Keeley monologue per game is being, like, at most a minute and a half. We're not having any interviews anymore, so we are actually getting a lot of stuff. The beginning was slow as hell, but at least we're getting faster.
How fragile you humans are.
I'd say that staying fed, dry, and rested should be your priority. If the portal arch is inactive, you'll need to make realm cards from rare resources. Once you have realm cards, you can activate the portal.
But this is survival crafting, that's what I think.
Foul things lurk in the interrealmic void, waiting to get in.
There's something that I realized about survival crafting games. Because obviously, like, something that helped popularize survival crafting a lot was Minecraft. I mean, there's a lot of other games that, like, were also leaning into it and stuff like that. But, like, Minecraft was one of the things that popularized it. And the thing that I realized when I was playing Minecraft is that, like, the survival crafting thing wasn't the thing that I enjoyed about Minecraft. I mean, like, I find the idea of, like, in Minecraft, going out and getting unique stuff to come back and build your town. I like that. Which this seems to be doing exactly that. It's getting your stuff to build a town and stuff like that.
Think but this.
But I don't know, I feel like every other game that, like, does survival crafting, I don't know, it's just, I feel like its focus is, like, not the part that I enjoyed about Minecraft.
The Saints are marching in on August 23rd with the reboot of Saints Row that we revealed last year at Gamescom. And today, we're happy to announce the launch of the Boss Factory demo across PC and console, which lets you design and set up your character. And since it's Saints Row, you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this one. Check it out.
Is this an announcement just for the character creator of the new Saints Row?
Guys.
Saints Row is such a hilarious fucking franchise. Because I swear every single game of Saints Row is Saints Row having an identity crisis. Every single game of Saints Row feels like an identity crisis from the previous one.
We are so good at this.
Like, Saints Row 1 to 2 is the least of that. But I feel like every new Saints Row game feels like it's trying to reinvent itself from the previous one. And it never continues on from the previous game.
Perfect. Dinner and a show, baby.
1 and 2 are basic GTA clones. 3 is when it's like it's wacky and 4 they dialed up the wacky even higher. Well, it's like, my thing is just like, Saints Row 2, like, what the ending of Saints Row 2 is, where just, like, they control the city, and then you get Saints Row 3, and now they're superstars, and now they're in a new city, and then, like, you go from the ending of Saints Row 3, where it's just, like, it feels like it's going in complete, like, Saints Row 3 has 2 completely different endings that are going in completely different ways and stuff like that, so it's just like, oh, where are the 2 endings gonna go, and then the next game has nothing to do with those endings either, and then the ending of Saints Row 4, then, oh, like, with all aliens, oh, now it's in hell. And then Agents of Mayhem is just, like, back to the world, and now it's being rebooted. Like, for a bunch of games that are sequels to each other, they feel, in a lot of ways, so disconnected to each other. It's a franchise that's just constantly trying to reinvent itself, and now it's literally being rebooted. Because Agents of Mayhem did poorly. I really liked Saints Row 1 to 4. I really enjoyed my time in Saints Row 1 to 4. I had a lot of fun with them. I had a lot of fun times with those. I'd be curious about what a new Saints Row in this day and age would be like, though, in terms of like
first
gameplay
look
and
at
stuff.
extended gameplay of Warhammer 40k Darktide, Fat Shark's follow-up to the critically
I
acclaimed
guess Saints Row 3 is one of my favorite game trailers ever.
Intense 4-player co-op action.
I don't remember the exact trailer.
Enemy hordes
I imagine it leaned into the superstar stuff, like celebrity stuff, because that was like the selling point of like the start of it. Agents of Mayhem was decent at best. Poor Agents of Mayhem. I never finished Saints Row 4, I don't think. I don't think I ever finished it. Saints Row 4's gameplay structure for its main story is not super interesting. From memory, Saints Row 4 is the one where it started turning into every main story quest, outside of the times you go into like the actual alien stuff, is just a side activity disguised as a main story mission, which is also the same thing that like Batman Arkham Knight did.
This way! Move it!
So I don't think I ever finished Saints Row 4. I finished all the other ones though. In fact, I'm pretty sure I got relatively close to 100%ing Saints Row 1, 2, and 3. I think there was just like a couple side diversions that I couldn't finish like the highest difficulty of, and that was it. But everything else, I did like everything else. I mean, Trunks and Vegeta in Saints Row 3 and Principal Luigi in Saints Row 4. I had the same OC the entire time. Which... Hey, tell me if this sounds familiar. God, I should... When I'm about to explain to you what my character from Saints Row 2 onwards was, tell me, especially considering when did Saints Row 2 come out? When did Saints Row 2 come out? Because I want to point out the character that I made in Saints Row 2, and I kept for all the future games. Saints Row 2 came out in 2008. You know what character I made in Saints Row 2? A badass girl with long red hair who wore a long black dress. And then I kept the same style of character into Saints Row 3 and 4. Does this surprise anyone? Does that surprise anyone? Fucking Christ, that was in 2008. Because I don't think you could make a female character in Saints Row 1. I don't think Saints Row 1 had female characters that you could make, so I think it was Saints Row 2 that it started. And that game came out in 2008. Oh my god.
Today,
oh my
they are
god.
ready to reveal their latest creation made completely in Unreal Engine 5
I always think about, like, because when I first came out as trans and stuff like that, I thought that it was just like something that had changed in me over time. But over time, as I've like realized more and more and stuff of like the non-binary trans nature, I think back to stuff before I knew, and I'm just like, oh my god, there were so many signs. Oh my god. Oh my god, there were so many signs. None of us able to resist having grand aesthetic. I always make serious redhead night girls. I don't know. You go back to any SR1 has no females. SR2 has a lot of jokes about if you can play as a female. Canon trans. Oh my god. I was made to play as a male character. I was given to make a female character, and I immediately took it, and I immediately made it a woman with long red hair and a black dress. God, it's so obvious, right? It's so obvious, right?
Redemption.
I reckon it would be really funny. Not that I want to, because it'd be embarrassing. But I bet if you went back to my LPs that I did on the channel of Pokemon XY and Pokemon Sun and Moon, I'm pretty sure I played as a female character in both of those games. Like when those games came out, I LP'd them on the channel and I played as a female for both of them, I'm pretty sure. So many signs! So many fucking signs when I think about it in retrospect. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You really shouldn't.
How many people do you reckon realize they were trans because of Pokemon though? Staple for my creative character in most games is green hair, pink eyes. Or lion, man. I haven't seen your actual 14 character yet, because world travel isn't a thing yet. How many people do you reckon Pokemon was the thing that helped them realize they were trans? Of just, are you a boy or are you a girl? And then people make the choice. How many people do you reckon that was? Because I reckon there's a shitload. I reckon Pokemon may have done more for helping people have gender affirmation about who they are than like any actual trans representation in media. I mean, character creation in general in video games.
This October, Gotham
but because
Knights
Pokemon was
arrives.
one that so many people would have been
Batman
playing
is
since
dead.
they were a
It's up to
kid.
the Batman family, Batgirl,
And it just
Nightwing,
asks you
Red
straight
Hood,
up,
and
are you a
Robin
boy or are
to
you a
protect
girl?
Gotham. To give us
James?
an exclusive new
Sure.
look, let's head to Montreal to hear from executive producer Fleur Marty.
Speaking of Arkham, is this game a sequel to Arkham Knight?
Welcome from WB Games Montreal.
Which it's confusing as hell that like
I'm the executive producer on Gotham
it's
Knights.
it's confusing as hell that like it was
Today,
called
we are
Arkham Knight, now it's
thrilled to
Gotham
share more
Knights.
with you
I
on
get them
one of
confused
our
all the time.
beloved Knights,
Is this a new
Nightwing.
world
This
for
showcase
Batman?
is the
Is it a
first
sequel
in
to
our
Arkham
character
Knight?
series, and we're really looking
Is it even have the same
forward to share
gameplay?
more
I've heard
with
about this
you
game so much,
as
and I
we
don't know if
continue
I've ever
working
actually
towards our
like
launch
consciously
on
noticed
October
what any of it
25th.
is.
So I hope you enjoy the show and stay tuned.
Also, shit, maybe by the next fucking 14 stream, you'll actually move on from the Hrothgar with the other character. I'm gonna miss Lamonte. I'll miss Lamonte.
I had nothing, and then this city became my home.
It's people.
I mean, this is the Nightwing design that you see in the Arkham games, I'm pretty sure. Or at least it's very similar. And I know the designs did change with like even Batman in the Arkham games, but this is very similar to Nightwing. How much more shit can happen to Gotham? Like, after Arkham City and Arkham Knight, how much more shit can happen to this poor fucking city? Because they've confirmed this is not the Arkhamverse? Oh, okay. Never mind then. It didn't have a section of the city cordoned off to be a prison, and then also have the entire city exploded with fear nukes.
It's up to me.
So this is a different one. Okay, well this is definitely looking like Arkhamverse combat. It definitely looks like Arkham. Is this even Rocksteady? I don't even know. I already have a plan for his exit, new character intro, and a point where one day will return. Oh my god. Oh my god. How much do they pay you to live in Gotham?
I got this, Bruce.
Well, Bruce is dead. So it feels like spiritual sequel to Arkham Knight. Spoilers for Arkham Knight, I guess. Honestly, the fact that you don't play as Batman and it's a bunch of other characters
Gotham
does make me a bit more interested in it.
Because Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog, co-president of Naughty Dog.
Because I am burnt out. I am burnt out as hell on Batman.
On
but Batman verse stuff, I might be a little bit more interested in.
We were joking about last night, like, watch the assets will leak, and lo and behold.
Well, the good news is there's some stuff that hasn't leaked that we have lots to share with people.
I say I'm burnt out on Batman, and while that is very true,
first of all, it is
it doesn't help that my final Batman experience was the Telltale Batman games, which I still stand by as just like the best Batman stuff that's existed.
Last of Us Part 2, which is hard to believe.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's crazy. 9 years for Last of Us 1, 2 years for Last of Us Part 2, and we still hear.
I love how like Batman 2 has an Arkham City joke where one of these spoilers has Vicky Vale talk about Man Quinn's plans going off by the city. We're calling it as a bad idea, and that it's
just been kind of amazing.
that it's good that it got shut down.
This year passed a pretty big milestone.
Yeah, no, the premise of Arkham City is so absurd.
And that kind of support, that kind of success, we're so.
And Arkham City is still the worst game in the Arkham franchise. Fucking fight me.
Can take on multiple projects.
Still the worst one
we've ever had at the same time.
Projects. Okay, very interesting.
Yes, Arkham Origins is better. Fucking fight me.
What can Last of Us fans expect in the future from it?
Thank you for asking, Jeff. Yes. So one of the things we've mentioned a while back.
I have a lot of hot takes when it comes to video games.
Multiplayer mode.
I feel like anyone who knows me knows that.
Team's ambition. They really wanted to do something beyond what we've ever done before at Naughty Dog, and we felt the way to do it justice is to make it a standalone title. And they've been working on it for the past 2 years. Ambition has grown. And we're not quite ready to fully unveil it, but we're ready to lift the curtain a little bit and just give you like an update of where we're at.
Okay, well,
so what are they talking
about? Can you tell us about this new standalone multiplayer?
In any capacity.
Yeah, so we have a concept art that we want to show. Okay. But what I can tell you is that this game is big.
Okay.
It's as big as any of our single-player games that we've done, and in some ways bigger. It's got a story. The way we're telling that story is very unique to this game. It's got a brand new cast of characters. It takes place at another place.
Most of the presentation is Lost of Us stuff.
Like a city somewhat familiar.
How much is left of the presentation?
Sure
why is it 12 minutes of Lost of Us?
It's really cool, and it's being headed by Vinith Agarwal, Anthony Newman, and Joe Padnatti, all veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us. And you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year. So
make a new Jack game, you motherfuckers.
Okay, well, very exciting that this has evolved, and I mean, that concept art.
Remake of remake of the first game.
Storytelling fused.
Wait, is that actually real?
Game.
It's something special.
Is that actually real?
Okay, well, that's not all. We also have something that I've been reading about on the internet every day. It feels like up in Calgary, they're filming the Last of Us show for HBO, right?
Yeah, so for the past year, we've teamed up with Craig Mazin of Chernobyl fame and HBO to adapt The Last of Us into a TV show. They've been filming, and it's pretty incredible.
Lost of
the
Us
stuff I'm getting
so...
back, when we're looking at back at Naughty Dog, we can't help but feel emotional.
Lost of Us is like the most aggressively mediocre thing in the AAA gaming sphere at the moment, I think.
And
other than possibly Horizon Zero Dawn.
I just can't. I couldn't be proud of Craig and that whole crew and everybody that's up there.
Horizon Zero Dawn is robot
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
Is tomorrow,
I feel like Horizon Zero Dawn's probably more. I feel like Horizon's probably more upsetting because for a game that has robot dinosaurs, wow.
It's pretty close. It's closer than you might think.
Who cares?
You actually got to
But Last of
direct
Us
one
is
of the
just so
episodes?
aggressively mediocre.
Yes, I think that really speaks to the kind of collaboration and trust that exists between Naughty Dog and HBO. They invited me to direct one of the episodes. I think we have an image.
I wouldn't
from
object
the
you to
episode
stepping out at this point if you
directed.
really don't care about Last of Us.
First look.
Can I bitch about it?
So you can see.
Can I
this is
bitch
a
about
certain
it?
Museum that players might know from the game, and I really have to talk about Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, and not only directing them but seeing them do all
let's
the
just
other
go with Pedro
episodes.
Pascal.
They've thrown
That's
themselves
interesting.
at these roles for a whole year.
Is
Well,
it
I
so?
mean,
Is it just?
Gonna join us
We
here?
Just this
happen to have a
dickhead
couple
just talking
actors
about it the
here that are
entire
part of
time?
the show. We should bring them up.
Okay.
Good to see you.
I'm a little confused.
Oh my
though.
God, it's more
I thought
voice
maybe
actors.
Pedro Bella, but Troy Asher out here from the game, right?
So,
Oh my
when
God, it's more
Craig and I
voice
started
actors.
working on the show, almost
Troy
one of
Baker's
our
back
first meetings, we
because the
said,
video game industry has
Troy
like
and
5
Ashley
voice
have to be a part
actors.
of it. And we're such fans of like the talent and the help.
Okay.
These are
But this franchise is kind of old hat. Like we've
except
had
for today.
such a fan of this game, and they all knew what it was that they were working.
The attention in person.
This is the entire thing, isn't it?
Bob and Weaven, and are these characters?
Is
we
it?
know
Do
from
they
the
actually
game that they're
show
playing
anything,
characters?
or
Can
is
you
it
tell us
just
anything?
interviews
Yes.
for 12 fucking minutes about the most boring thing ever?
So sneaky. All right. Well, we're so excited.
I
Maybe
try
it's
and
already
actually
on
have a
Twitter
role
right
in the
now.
show that's been kept under wraps.
Hey. All right. Well, let's talk about what was on Twitter earlier.
To give people the definitive version of the first game that wasn't encumbered by any technology, wanted to find a way to get even closer to our original vision, and we're able to do it on the PS5.
But this is they want to make a new
NPC,
game, having trouble with
so
it,
talk
even
about it, let's
having
look
some
at it.
concept
All
art.
right, let's take a look at
Well,
the
Jack's got to
Last
go and
of
be
Us
Ma.
Part 1.
Instead of having a racing game or whatever Lost Frontier was. I played Lost Frontier.
So why'd you leave Boston?
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
So is this?
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Racing game was good. Jack X fucking rules.
I've never been this close.
I know it's not what people who played Jack and Daxter wanted, but it was as a racing game. Jack X fucking ruled.
Can't be any worse out there.
Literally a ground up remake. It's why? Why?
Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that's good for one thing. Getting you killed.
Why? You can literally play this game on the PS5.
I get in trouble down there.
Like, this game literally already got remastered.
I got this.
This game literally already got remastered not even that long ago, and you can play that remaster on the PS5.
I've had some practice.
Is it different? As a remake, is it different? Yeah, they did have the cars in Jack 3. Yeah, they did have that as well, didn't they? Yeah.
Truly one of my favorite games.
And
of
you
the past
got, and you
decade.
like, you could like
What's
unlock
your
the car
reaction
that
to
was like the main
Yeah,
car
we
in
haven't
Jack
seen
3.
that yet.
in
Yeah, you're
the
watching it in
Sand
real
Shop or whatever
time.
it's called. GTA 5 Grand Theft Remake next. Oh dear God.
You did a decade ago.
Yeah.
You didn't go back
Is
in
it
and you used
is
the
it
original
any
performance.
is it
Yeah,
different?
actually, we
Is
came up
as
with
a
process
ground
where
up
we did
remake,
the
is it
original,
different?
Animation that we did for the faces. and
Like,
kind
is
of,
it different like how
retargeted on
Resident
Blu-ray
Evil
with
2
a lot
remake
more
is a
fidelity. And then the animators went back and
No, these are the
side
same
by side
shots.
here, just how much
They're
it has
literally
changed.
comparing
You
it by
went
showing
and
the
you
same
redid
shots.
The models and rebuilt everything.
Everything was rebuilt from the ground up.
They're using the
art
same
director
shots.
Art directed the whole thing from the ground up. But the great thing about these faces is that they're closer to the original.
It's the is it
All the animators
exactly
went
the
and
same
studied
game?
those videos and got it closer to what you did on.
Because they're
set.
comparing
And
shots that are the same shots.
And that's just like one of the
You
things,
can't
I mean,
do
we
that
talk
when you
about,
do
like,
with
brand
Resident
new
Evil 2
AI, all the
remake, because it's
combat
completely
is
different.
redone. Just the fidelity of everything, 60 frames per second, all this stuff you're getting on the
People
PS5.
say the remastered
again, we
version
wanted to
looks
give-
worse.
knowing because
They
of the
compared
show,
them. I literally which one's which?
same
Okay,
art.
okay, I can tell that it says it at the top. Which one's which? The one on the right is the wait. Okay, remaster and part 1 is the remake because it wasn't called part 1 before because it was only the. This looks worse. This absolutely looks worse. This looks worse. The hair is better. The hair is better. That's it. Everything else looks significantly worse on this. The texturing of the hair is better, but like... This looks like a guy who is between several different ages. They added for men touch a gray and thought they did something. His face... Parts of his face looks like he's in like his mid-30s. Parts of his face look like he's in his fucking 60s. And then his hair is indescript. But like, you look over here... This looks like the same face. Like, this all looks consistent as a face. This looks like it's multiple different faces combined. And also, like, look at this face. Like, you can see, like, here's, like, the rough and tumble of the shit here, right? Like, look at his shirt. His shirt is, like, falling apart. It's got scuff marks and everything there. He's got dirt and everything over there. Because, you know, he's living a rough and tumble life in the post-apocalypse and stuff like that. Look over here! One, the texturing on the shirt is just basically not even there. It's a fucking blob. And two, there's like no weathered details anywhere on the shirt. Like you can see over here, like look at the, like look along here. This is all scuffed and marked and everything. Over here, there's like tear marks and everything here. All across here, you can see all the dirt marks. He's cleanly fucking like... He's maybe not just hopped out of the shower here, but he had a shower earlier this day in this shot. Right, and then he put on a shirt that's like a little worn because the color's a little faded. Like ignoring everything else that makes this done purely from business perspective, there's no way this could possibly be profitable. Putting the dev resources to remake it from the ground up has got to be just as expensive as making it the first time, and not nearly many as people would buy it. Why does this exist? Why does this exist? Storm the Naughty Dog offices and steal all of their money because they've proven they're not responsible for it. With it. They are not responsible for this. Like, they are not responsible with their money if that's what they're doing here. They shouldn't have the right to have this money anymore if they're spending this much money on this. Donate it to a charity. Fucking hell. Movie versus TV commercial doll. Or no, the old version is a pre-rendered cutscene and the new one is in-engine. And the new one still looks worse. Sup, Game Arts, by the way. The new one still looks worse. Like, it being pre-rendered versus in-engine doesn't stop this from looking worse and less detailed than this one. Say whatever you want about the fidelity, I don't fucking care, right? The hair has more detail. That is accurate. You can technically say that the skin has more detail in, like, pores and stuff like that. Like, you can see the wrinkling texture here under his eye here is more than over here. I get that. But, like, from an artistic standpoint, this is significant, like, leagues better than this. From an artistic, art style, art design, art direction standpoint, this is better. This is better because this character actually looks like they are designed for the experience that they're in. Again, like, you just have to look at the shirt and realize that this shirt has no detailing on it. It doesn't, like, here you can see the stitch lines of, like, probably, what, a denim shirt or something like that. Here, it's just a featureless blob. And there's, like, no weathered details anywhere. He's been wearing this shirt for however many fucking years, because, you know, it's post-apocalypse. So, like, the shirt's falling apart a bit. It's got some tears in it. It's got some marks in it. And this one doesn't. Like, this is the look of a guy who's been through some shit. This looks like a guy who just woke up, had a little bit of a rough sleep, and then put on, like, his favorite shirt in his normal life. They're putting all of this money and energy into making and completely remaking the game and removing details from... Okay, I gotta see some of the other comparison shots. Okay, there's one of Ellie here. Okay. So, this one's a bit better. This one's a bit... Again, the hair is better. That's absolutely... Like, I can't argue that. The hair is just better. The detailing of the scar is... This is a more noticeable scar, but this is a way more realistic scar for her eye. Like, you can see this, and it's, like, cut away where the hair is. And, like, it looks like it's a scar that's old and has healed. This looks like it's a dent in her face. And, like, yeah, you can see she's more roughed up here and stuff like that. Like, she has, like, this is actual, like, she's actually got, like, the dirt on her face that this Ellie doesn't have as much of and stuff like that. Like, she's actually got cut marks and everything here. And, again, like, there's at least some weathering on her shirt. Like, it, again, has less detail. Because here, you can see all around the shirt. Like, you can actually see the collar. Like, my collar, you can't see that because it's all black. But, like, you can see, like, the detailing of the collaring here and stuff like that, which is just not present here in any capacity either. But, like, along here, you can see there's, like, a little bit of wear and tear. But also on here, you can see there's a little bit of wear and tear there and stuff like that. The bag strap is, like, less detailed. Like, here it looks... Oh, no, it's got the tape there. It's been a bit bandaged together and stuff like that. The background is gone. That might just be a middle of development thing, but, like, the background is just a blur. Like, in the background, you can see the couch, and there's just that there. That, to me, just says they're trying to film it like it's a movie, where, like, things in the background are out of focus because it's focusing on them because they're using, like, a literal camera as opposed to a video game camera where you can just see everything. This one's better. Because this Ellie looks like she's actually been through the apocalypse, like this Ellie. And to draw a difference, I don't think they're the exact same shots. Well, for me, because it's like, it's either they focus so far, because the game's not out yet, the focus has just been on the character models, backgrounds will come later, which is totally fair. Or it's being filmed like it's a movie, where backgrounds are more blurry, because it's like, again, using a literal camera to focus on the actors' faces. Unlike a video game where it doesn't have that, so everything is in focus. So they're filming it more like a movie or a TV show, which is a whole thing you can say about the games industry trying to be movies when you can just be games and be a different art style and a different thing and everything like that. Again, this one's a bit harder to tell because it's like side by side of like the same, like it's not the same shot on each side, but like you can see there, and then it goes back.
They're closer.
So like, get out of here. This one's hard to tell. This one's hard to tell. They remade the campfire. Instead of being a bunch of huge logs, it's now a bunch of little sticks. Definitely worth putting the several $1 million to make that campfire look a little fucking different, hey. Why does this exist? Why does this exist? Even if everything about this looked better, even if everything about like the remake looked definitively better and it was just a definite improvement, I would still have the question of why. I would still ask fucking why. Literally why. Who's Bennett? Why? Fuck you, Naughty Dog. Fuck off. Fuck off. Wow. Wow. We heard that for ages, and it turns out it's actually fucking real. God. There was an LP I did ages ago where we were talking about a Last of Us 1 remake, and everyone in chat was just like, why would they do that? I think it was Astro's Playroom, because I think it came up, I think Last of Us came up in Astro's Playroom. And we were talking about it, it's just like, why? And now it's actually real. And it's so pointless and stupid and dumb. Okay, I'm going to move on, because I don't want to rant about that forever, because I have better things to do in my life. Do we have... Okay, by the way, if you watch it on YouTube, stay tuned for Day of the Devs.